Hey y'all, I wanted to do a quick training here. The reason being is anytime I get a lot of questions in regards to specific topics, um, it warrants some training. So that being said, this training that I'm going to do right now is I keep getting questions from loan officers. This is more on the loan officer side, but I'm going to give realtors are going to be able to use this, this questioning format, meeting format, and all that good stuff. This is completely kind of non-digital training, more sales related, etc. But I think you guys are going to find it very, very useful. I keep getting the question from loan officers, "Hey, Chris, how can I leverage this program with my realtor partners? Like, give me a script or let me know, like, how do you do it?" And very simple. I use a two-step process. Okay, I use an intro, like I'm trying to get a meeting. I'm always trying to get a meeting, and the same thing when you're a realtor too. You should always be trying to get a meeting with the prospect. You're not selling them over the phone, etc. You're trying to get a meeting, and um, I'm going to give you guys one little tidbit of information, and I think if you really dive into it and think about it, you're going to be like, "Holy shit, you're right." We don't, like, everybody is worried about making money. Okay, what you should be worrying about is solving problems in sales. Okay, if you can figure out a way, okay, to solve a problem, then the money's going to come. Okay, so figure out a way to solve a problem. Remember this, figure out a way to solve a problem and the money will come. And that's the end of sales. Like, if you're selling a car, and I'm not going to get too in depth, but if you're selling a car and somebody comes in and says, "I really want an SUV because I go, four-wheeling all the time, etc." And you're trying to sell them because the only problem that you're able to solve is you know or you don't have the correct vehicle and trying to put a round peg in a square hole, and you can't solve their problem, well, you're not going to make a sale, right? Same thing on our side. So my quick intro when I'm a loan officer is, or if it's a cold call, or a lot of times I'll be calling, when I was calling a lot, I'd be calling people that are on the other sides of transactions that I'm not doing work with, or people that, are kind of cold that maybe, or warm that I've spoken in front of. In other words, I do a lot of seminar selling, but at the end of the day, a lot of times they know who I am. But either way, you could use it for cold or warm, kind of warm leads. And I would say this: "Hey, listen, Mr. Prospect, first of all, I always honor them. I've heard great things about you. And here's the deal: I've got more pre-approved buyers than I have realtors to give them to and team up with. I'd love to sit down with you for 10 or 15 minutes, let you know how I'm getting those buyers. I have an unbelievable marketing program. And if you're a good fit, I'll plug you in and I'll help grow your business. Would Tuesday or Wednesday be good for you?" Like, and that's it. Like, that's my script. Okay. Honor them, tell them how you can solve a problem, or actually they're helping me solve a problem, but really what you're doing is helping them grow their business, right? So that's my spiel every single time. I can say it in my sleep. So that's the first thing. The second thing is so when I say two-part process, like, I'm trying to get the meeting through that little simple script, and then what I'm doing is I'm actually, I gotta turn off Facebook here, guys, because I'm blown up. And then I actually get in the meeting with them. Okay, and you're gonna see, like, my strategy in the meeting, and I'm gonna go through it right now with you guys. My strategy in the meeting, I don't even talk about myself and or the program. Okay, I let them talk about themselves by strategic questioning, and I'm going to tell you, I learned this from somebody else. So a lot of this questioning I learned from, like, Greg Gale's core. The core that Greg teaches. So this line of questioning I learned there, and it's really simple. I ask five, sometimes four, sometimes five questions. But the first question I ask is, obviously, I always honor them when I'm first talking to them. "Hey, listen, again, I've heard great things about you. Thanks so much for giving me 10 or 15 minutes in a meeting and coffee. Let me if you don't mind, let me start off and ask you a couple of questions. Is that cool? And I always have a notebook, guys. Now listen, in a meeting, if you're not listening, even if you're not perceived to be listening, the other, your other attendee is going to completely shut off. Okay. I always bring a notebook, and I always have my questions pre-written on the notebook, and I'm always taking notes when I'm asking the questions. Okay. I think it's a little bit more professional, number one, and I think number two, it shows that you're being attentive. So first question I ask is, it's always a positive question, okay? So and this is the question every single time. It might vary a little bit, but in other words, the format of the question, but it's the same general gist every time. It's, what areas are you having success with in your business, okay? So sometimes I'll say, hey, listen, tell me some good things that are happening in your business, right? But I always want to open up as a positive question. Let them tell you everything that's good that's going on. Now, if they don't have anything good that's going on, guess what? It might be a wrong fit, right? They got to have something positive, okay? So what areas are you having the most success with in your business? That's what I ask, okay? The next thing that I'll ask, okay, a lot of times, and I let them talk, guys. I let them talk every single time. I let them, let them talk. And this is the same thing that could happen with a real estate agent. It doesn't matter actually who you're talking to, okay? In our business, we get, as an agent or a loan officer, we get business from the same people. It's just loan officers get business from agents, right? So if you're sitting, it doesn't matter who you're sitting with. Hey, tell me some good things that happened to you in your business. Tell me the most success, some successes in your business. Let them chat. Okay. Next question I ask is, cool, you show me some successes, but what's your biggest challenge in your biz or your market right now? Okay. So what's the biggest challenges that you're having? They're going to let you know what the challenges that they're having are. Like, they're going to spill their guts, guys, right? Right? Now, what you're trying to do is find a problem that you can solve, right? We're trying to find a problem that you can solve, right? Remember, I said, listen, don't sell, just try to solve a problem. If you can solve a problem, you will never, the people that will, the people that solve problems have huge freaking bank accounts. Look at it that way, guys. The people that solve problems have huge bank accounts. Okay? So we're trying to find a problem. Anyway, the second question is where are you having the biggest challenge in your biz or your market right now? Let them talk. Maybe a lot of times they'll say communication. A lot of times they'll say, you know what? I need more business. Like, I'm doing great things, but like all my listings are dried up, or I need more buyers now, or right? So if you're a real estate agent, or if you're an LO talking to a real estate agent, these might be the challenges that they're having, right? Or, you know what? We're in multiple bid situations all the time. I can't get my buyers to get an offer accepted. That's a common challenge right now, right? Well, as a loan originator, you know how to solve that challenge or that problem. You know how to fix that problem, right? The next question is, sometimes I leave this out, but most of the time I'll keep it in. I'll be like, hey, what are your goals? I'll frame it. I'm going to tell you exactly how you should write it down, but sometimes I frame it in a different context. So the next question is, do you have a goal of how many folks you want to help out this year? How many families you want to help out this year? Do you have a per unit goal, right? A per side, per transaction goal that you want to help this year? And the reason why I ask that question is I want to know what their goals and aspirations are. I want to work with winners, right? I want to work with people that want to do 150 sides, or whatever your definition of a good referral partner is, right? So, and they'll tell you, they might say, well, you know what, I had a goal of helping 12, but I'd really like to get to 20. Can you help me out and do that, right? Or they might say, you know what, we just crushing it. We had a goal of 50. We're already at 120. Those are the people that you want to partner with, right? Okay. So that's the number 3. And then the fourth I always ask is, hey, listen, because I want to know what their style is as far as relationship style is. So I always ask, hey, listen, what are your 3 non-negotiables as far as in your business and personal relationships? Like, what do you have to have? Most of them are going to say, they might say, what do you mean? And, elaborate. Say, well, listen, in a relationship, what are the 3 most, what are the things that you need most? Like, do you need communication, loyalty? Is that a big thing? Et cetera, et cetera. And so most of them are going to say communication. I like loyalty. I like people that help each other grow, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So that's the 4th question I ask. Notice I haven't said anything, okay, about really the reason why we were there, because I'm trying to find a need. Okay. I'm trying to find a problem that I can solve. And the next thing I say, and sometimes I'm very direct, sometimes I'll frame it this way. The 5th question is if you could change anything about the mortgage process, what would it be? And really what I'm trying to find out here is, hey, listen, are you having a good experience with your loan originator or a bad experience? Sometimes I'll post this or I'll frame this question as, hey, listen, what do you like good about your current mortgage lender? Right? Because I want to know everything good that they're doing because I want to make sure that I'm doing the same thing, right? Or, hey, what do you like, what would you like to change in regards to the mortgage process or your loan originator? The reason why I say change is, frankly, I want to know what they really want to see. Like, if they want something changed, cool, I can change it. Or maybe a lot of times it all comes back to communication or, you know what, I've referred them 30 deals this year. I haven't got one back. Well, you know what? That's a red flag, and that's a need, or that's a problem that you can solve with the leads that you generate, right? So really, like these strategies are strategies of which can be used on both ends. Can frankly be used in every single capacity as a sales rep, right? But first, we've got to find a problem to solve, and problem solvers are the folks with big fat bank accounts. I promise you that. So, but use these line of questioning. Now, it doesn't matter if you look. If you're a realtor, you can use the same line of questioning with your builders, same line of questioning with your financial planners, your divorce attorneys, etc. And LOs, same thing. Like if I'm sitting down with a financial planner, I'd be like, hey man, tell me some awesome successes that you guys have had over the last 12 months, right? Like that's the first question. Really? Oh, cool. What's the biggest challenge you're having in your business? Awesome. How many, do you have a goal in mind of how many families or clients you want to bring on in your practice? Awesome. When you're looking for, like, what's your ideal, relationship as far as business relationship? What are the non-negotiables? Oh, okay, cool. If you were going to change anything, like, our business a little bit, if you were going to change anything in our business, what would it be? Like to say, like, you can go through the same line of questioning for every single referral partner. Doesn't matter if it's a realtor, a loan officer, it doesn't matter if it's a financial planner, whatever, like a CPA, it doesn't matter. You can go through that same line of questioning and you're trying to fill a need, okay? Trying to find a problem, solve a problem. All right, so listen, I hope this was useful for you guys. And, write these questions down, do whatever you need to do, but make sure that you're utilizing and leveraging the program to get into a situation where you're actually, pitching face to face. Okay. All right. Have a good and successful week. Take care.